Good day everyone. Welcome to the Massey Ferguson Virtual Farm Field Day based here in Lusaka at the Martin Richenhagen Future Farm. My name is Jim McSorley. I am the country head of FES. Who is FES? FES are the Massey Ferguson distributors for the whole of Zambia. We import all the Massey Ferguson product and tractors ranging from 50 up to 420 horsepower. Earlier on you did see some crops in the land which look very nice and healthy, but in order to prepare the land and to be able to plant that seed and get a good yield for the farmers, you need traction power or tractor power. So here we have behind me is a 250 horsepower tractor made by Massey Ferguson. We'll get my colleague Richard Chapple to come and explain the features and benefits of this tractor. As I mentioned earlier, we are the importers of Massey and Agco products into Zambia. We offer a full commercial backup in the form of aftermarket parts and service. We have trained technicians based here in Lusaka, Mazabuka, and shortly to open in Makushi. So now, ladies and gents, I'll hand you over to Richard Chapple, who will give you the rundown on the features and benefits of this beautiful tractor right behind me, the 7724. Thank you very much.
Hi there. I'm Richard Chapple. I'm the Commercial and Technical Manager for FES in Zambia, covering the Central and Northern Province. I'm here today to talk to you about the tractor behind me, which is used here on the Agco Future Farm. The tractor that we have is the Massey Ferguson 7724 Dyna VT. This tractor is kitted with all the auto guide complements that are offered from Agco, which allows it to have and work on the RTK network, giving it sub-centimetre accuracy. RTK network accuracy allows for pass-on-pass, year-on-year accuracy within sub-centimetre. That allows this tractor to do such activities and important tillage activities such as strip tillage and also controlled traffic precision as well. Without getting into that too much, I will talk more about the tractor. As said before, this is a 7724. This is the 240 horsepower tractor with a Dyna VT transmission. This transmission allows power throughout the ranges, so whether you're engaged in soil, you don't have to depress a clutch and move through the gears. It's literally on the touch of a button to shift through the range that you require for whatever application you are doing. This tractor as well is one of our offerings out of Beauvais in France. It's important to note that this tractor is readily available through FES Zambia. The range of the 7700 series, it caters for about 200 horsepower all the way through to 260 horsepower. Again, largely used in commercial agriculture, obviously, but the implements that are put behind this tractor, we talked already about the strip tillage. So it's a good strip tillage machine, but also for your chisel plow or ripping, and also for your planting applications. It's a nice tractor that caters for all of your soil engaging requirements.
So folks, that is it from FES in Zambia. We hope you enjoyed our little section of the talk today, and a very nice tractor indeed, and we hope to be selling lots of these in Zambia in the very near future. So from FES in Zambia, we wish you guys all the very best and happy viewing, and enjoy the rest of the view on the Martin Richenhagen Farm in Lusaka, Zambia. Before we sign off, we're going to move over to Sheila Zulu.
We're now at our pest management trials. So these trials are focused on 4 armyworms. As you may be aware, since the year 2017, 4 armyworms have been very devastating on our cereal crops, especially maize, because that's the preferred crop. So we are devising methods that are sustainable. So in doing so, we are comparing 3 control measures. So in trial, we're looking at the conventional spraying, which most of you may be aware, and then we also have the pheromone traps combined with biopesticides, and we also have the seed treatment. So with these 3, with the comparison that we have for control measures, as for the conventional treatment, this is purely chemical based. So this is where you go in with your spray, with your chemicals to control the 4 armyworms. And coming on to the pheromone combined with biopesticides. So biopesticides, these are natural products that they are derived from natural materials such as fungi, bacteria, virus, and sometimes plant extracts. So the product that we have here is bacteria based. And pheromone traps, these are traps that are used to lure the insects. So if you look at this trap, this is a pheromone trap. So it lures the insect. The whole idea is just to deter or rather to alter the insect normal behavior or normal pattern. So these are the trapped adult moths for the 4 armyworms. So there are different types of pheromones. It could be food pheromone, it could be sex pheromone, but the most common is a sex pheromone. So this is where the male moths are attracted, and you divert them from mating with the females so that you can reduce on egg production and consequently reduce on your infestation. So this is how a trap works, and the trap is very specific to the pest that you are trying to control. Similarly, the biopesticides as well, they are very specific to the pest that is under control. So we have that combination of the pheromone and the biopesticides. So the whole trial, we are saying what methods can farmers use that have low environmental risk to control the 4 armyworms, because since 2017 the 4 armyworms have also been evolving and responding to most of the chemicals that we have been using. They are developing resistance, so obviously farmers continue trying out different products, but in order to farm sustainably, we are saying we have to devise methods that are sustainable. So this is why this treatment has that combination of the pheromone traps targeting just 4 armyworms and the biopesticides as well that are extracted from natural products. And then with the seed treatment, this is where the seed is treated, and it's aimed at providing rather early season protection. So this is the seed whilst it's underground and just above the ground, so that as it grows, it probably gives the farmer some time before they can go in with some control measures. So we're running this trial for a minimum of 3 seasons. So maybe we may do it for 4 seasons or 5 seasons, but the whole idea is to allow and monitor pest behavior in different seasons. Say we have more precipitation than one season, then we can make that comparison. Like this season, we've had slightly more than above average rainfall, because we have received 900 mils of rainfall as compared to last season when we had 700, and pest infestation has been different. So why I'm saying we'll run the trial for minimum of 3 seasons is that we want to see how the pest behaves in minimum of 3 different seasons, because for farmers to remain sustainable, to remain productive, we have to find sustainable control methods. So although the 4 armyworm affects all farmer categories, this is categorized as an emerging farmer trial, reason being that it was planted using a 2-row planter, which Felix will talk to you more about.
We are at a new arable field. Here we use the farm in a box package. I'll start by talking about the reaper. This is the implement that we used as we were reaping this field during the 2020-2021 farming season. You drive the tractor here and then hitch this implement. So it has got several advantages. One of them being that it breaks the compacted soils of our fields. By so doing, you have free movement of water. You also have aeration. You also have the plants themselves. Their roots will have enough space to go down without struggling, because the soil down there is loosened by this implement. And then eventually you have these plants getting the minerals and the nutrients needed by the plants. and then you can have healthy crops that you are looking at. There are provisions, you can still add 3 more tines, but looking at the tractor that we were using is only enough to pull a reaper with 3 tines. Yeah, because one tine between 20 to 25 horsepower. So 3 tines there will require a tractor whose horsepower is about 75 horsepower. So that's it with the reaper. We have seen the advantages that are there. For the planter, again, you talk about calibration. Before you start doing anything, the first thing that you need to talk about is the calibration. You also need to look at the seed or seed discs that you are going to use. For example, if this was the seed that was given to plant, that's my seed maize, you remove this nicely, and then you look at the seed discs that you are going to use, so that you don't have problems as you are planting. So there you are. That is our seed disc. So you get your seed and make sure that your seed is able to go through there without any problems. Then you are rest assured to say these seed discs are good for me to plant this seed, because the seed will come in different sizes. So before you do anything, make sure that you look at that, number one. The second thing, you look at the depth that you are going to plant at. To adjust your depth, you loosen these ones like that, and then you can see, you just by moving this using your hands without using tools, you can set it. If it's at 5 centimeters deep that you are going to plant your seed, you do that. And once you've done that side, you also need to do this side, so that there is uniformity. So this is where you put your seed. These are the seed buckets, and those are the fertilizer buckets. For calibration, of fertilizer, you can follow me. There's a board here, the fertilizer application board, which you need to consider, and the seed board. So that's your seed board. Again, like what we said on the drill, the same applies here. You can see you are guided. There is A, B. So this tells you to say if it's maize, you follow where it says maize, you follow it down there, and then you can get those calibrations from there. Because this planter can plant, you can use it to plant maize, sorghum, beans, and also soya beans. So if we are planting maize, for example, and I'm told that I should plant 5 seeds per meter, you just you follow where it says maize up to 5 or 5.5, 5.2, then you go across to get correct. So A here says 18, B there will tell you to say it's 18 as well. You get your sprockets from here, depending on the size that you've been given, that you've been shown there. This is where you come, loosen that, and then you get your sprockets there, and then put it there. The same applies on the fertilizers. For the fertilizer, you need to replace or to change 4 sprockets. For seed, it's just 2. Now for fertilizers, you have A, B, C, D. Again, you follow you follow them. If say you are told to say you should apply 200 kgs of fertilizer per hectare, you just go where it says 200 and then come across. It will show you have A, B, C, D. So the A, B, C, D that we are talking about, they are all labeled here. You don't need to find it difficult. You can see if you follow that cover there, it says A there. This is your B here. So for example, if I'm told to say B, I should put 14 and D maybe 16. You just remove these ones and that one, replace them. Then you come to AB. Again, AB is here. Or we've just spoken about AB. So CD is here. You can come this side. That's your seed. That's your C. And again, you change those sprockets depending on what information that you've gotten here. So this is it. This planter is a very nice planter. I've been using it since 2014. Last year I used it to plant that maize, and you can see the quality of our maize there. There's uniformity and there are no problems, because we planted our maize at 5 centimeters deep, and then it all had to sprout. The growing or the growth again was uniformity, so we are expecting high yields from there. From here I'm going to move to the tractor. Horsepower is 82, so it's a very strong tractor. We've tested it, tried it since 2014 when it was launched up to now. This tractor is still perfect, doing well. So this is the tractor that we use to reap as we're reaping and also at planting.
Now come to the last of our demonstration plots for what we intended to show you today, and this is one of our sustainable trials where we are looking at tillage systems. So with the systems we are trying to address soil health. So we are looking at the effect of tillage systems on the yield, on the effect of yield on maize. So in this plot we have the no-till and we also have the conventional tillage. This can include reaping, disking, just to create a fine seed bed. And then when it comes to the no-till, of course, as the name states, some people know it as zero tillage, because there's no tillage that takes place. There's just direct planting. Then with the strip till, this is where the tillage is only done where the seed row drops the seed. So this is a strip till. So what it does is that it only opens up a row where your seed drops. So it's kind of in between conventional and no-till. So when we talk about building soil health, we are saying minimal disturbance. Minimal disturbance, reason being that we don't want to disturb the microbes that are in the soil, because these microbes, they actually enhance building the organic matter of the soil, because we all want high organic matter for our soils. So if you look at this soil, you can see that this soil is rich in organic matter. It's got crop residue and high microbe population, because with the microbes, they actually help to break down crop residue and incorporate it into your nutrient status. If you look at this soil, it actually looks bare and not much crop residue. So this actually tells you that you need to supplement more on crop nutrition for your crops. So when you are feeding the crop more, you realize that your production cost goes up, because with soil health, once you improve on your soil, you build that soil health, you find that you actually minimize on additional nutrients. But with this kind of a soil, you find that it will be very expensive, because the soil medium is actually providing very little or no nutrients to your crops, as opposed to this, which has high organic matter, which we all want. So we are saying that with farming practices and mechanization, you can still be mechanized but still remain sustainable, because with AGCO range of products, you are able to implement minimum till, so you are able to remain sustainable, because then you take care of the environment, but you are still mechanized, you are still productive, and this is all intended for higher yields. So with tillage systems, these are long-term trials, so minimum of 3 years, because they are slow processes. But once you build your soil to a certain level where it's able to support crop growth with minimal additional nutrients, then you realize that it actually starts to pay back. So it requires some patience when you are correcting the soils, or if you are starting from the scratch, you can do a soil analysis, check the soil nutrients, and you can decide to implement tillage systems that will give you high productivity, but will still take care of the environment, in the sense that you don't disturb the microbes, you don't tend the soil so that you expose all these organisms onto the open surface, because most of them are actually intended to live underground. So we want to promote that microbe population because they also improve the soil structure, and like I said, they also help to break down your crop residue, and this increases on your organic matter. So as AGCO, we are committed to provide sustainable farming solutions, farmers who are feeding the world, because sustainability is coined into our business, into our operations. So this is one of the demonstrations that we are saying mechanization should really not make people work against the soil, but instead, as farmers, we have to endeavor to work with the soil so that we remain productive, we increase our productivity, and we remain profitable, because we have a challenge to feed the world. So we have to continue producing, but at the same time taking care of our environment. So with sustainability, we are saying all the practices should be sustainable, addressing all issues concerning the soil, the environment, but still not compromising on your crop production. So do join me in a month or two as I present the yield results to you on just how the various trials will perform for this season. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to the Martin Richenhagen Future Farm, based in Lusaka, Zambia. The Martin Richenhagen Future Farm is a modern state-of-the-art facility offering education and training in mechanized sustainable agriculture for farmers in Zambia and Africa. We offer facilities such as lecture rooms, student accommodation, and a state-of-the-art fitted kitchen and restaurant. We also offer facilities for business and social events. We hope you enjoy your experience here at the Future Farm.